What up? What up? What up? What up? What up?
Yo, 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 yo.
You know I gotta bring the energy when we got Men's Physique guys on here. It just get me like because it's my category, so I know I gotta pop out and show people that I got the energy for these guys. Nah,
That
just
man
kidding.
said
But
it's his category. Okay.
nah, but the guest we got on today, y'all, is a very special guest. It's the first time we got somebody from Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Arkansas. So we got somebody from Arkansas. And the thing about this guy is, y'all know usually I try to give a good introduction because not only am I, not only do we just interview these people, but I'm fans of most of these guys that we bring on. I ain't gonna say all of them. Most of the guys I bring on, I'm a huge fan of, especially this one. I actually met this guy at Presidential last year and had a killer physique. He's going to tell his story a little bit more. But just to kind of put it in perspective, he went pro in 2 years ago, 2022. He got fourth in his class at Presidential. So people probably like, man, who is this dude? Like, we ain't worried about him, right? But then he had to pop out and show y'all and got fourth at the Yorton last year. Crazy physique. I became an instant fan of his physique after the Presidential. We got Arnold, aka Cabs. But we're gonna bring him on, let him tell his side of everything. What
Hey,
up?
what's up, guys?
What's going on,
What's
brother?
up?
Not much. I'm honored to be here, man. Especially because, still, I won't say I'm a rookie in competing because it's been 2 years since I've been a pro, but I haven't done a lot of shows, so um, I don't have any pro wins yet. It's coming though, not yet. uh, but I did the presidential last year. Got fourth in that place in my class actually. Then went, made some improvements, came back to the Yorton, and I got first in my class and went to the overalls and got fourth place.
Okay. Okay. So knowing that, we're gonna just hop straight into the interview. We see
Go
you
ahead.
outside. I know we interrupted your cardio, so we're
Oh,
gonna we're
it's
gonna get
it's
straight to,
fine.
we're gonna get straight to it. So let's just talk about the whole presidential to Yorton thing, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people say the presidential is a measuring stick. Like if you can't place at the presidential, you shouldn't go to the Yorton and things of that nature. So what was your mindset after placing fourth in your class
hmm
to go into the Yorton? And most people would be like, well, if you place fourth in your class, you have no chance at the Yorton. So what was
Right.
your mindset going into that? I think it was
See,
5 weeks later.
that's the thing though. Like, you're getting ready towards the show. Like, my ultimate show was the Yorton. I think that's everybody that aims to go to the Yorton. I needed my qualifications, so I was going to presidential. Did I want to win? Absolutely, I wanted to win that show. But a lot of things come into play, like I don't have enough experience. It could have been my posing, we're still in prep, so maybe I hadn't reached the final form yet. But when I got fourth, of course, I got feedback from the judges and all that same day. And one of them was like, yeah, you could bring your low back a little bit more conditioning. You could do that in the off season or whatnot. My coach was like, nah, we don't have a lot to work on. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna do Yorton. And so we made the improvements, and we came back at Yorton. And I was definitely leaner. I made all the improvements they told me, and I placed higher. So I don't. It is a good indication, like how you're gonna do in the Yorton, but I don't think that's a cut and clear outcome. That if you don't place a certain part in presidential, this is how you're gonna place in the Yorton. Bodies change. Either you're going to improve or you're going to slack. Some people get that win and get that, oh, I got it, and slack off, and you come off a little bit off and get beat by someone who was lower than you before. So, man, you just got to do it. You just got to do it.
Okay.
Now, if it was a situation where, you get like over 10% body fat, you not conditioned at all, then you're like, yeah, okay, that's unrealistic. I can't do the Yorton. But other than that, everything is possible. Bodies change really quick. I mean, at least in my experience, mine changes really quick, like really quick, especially on the last hours. But
Absolutely. So, obviously you're doing the Yorton again this year, correct?
mhm,
So, what is your mindset going into the Yorton this year? You got to experience it last year. You
yeah,
placed fourth overall, if I'm not mistaken. So,
yes,
what's your mindset going into it this year?
I'm more confident. My mindset to it is as long as I make improvements Like, obviously, I take check-ins picture. I see where I was last year at the same conditioning compared to this year. And as long as I'm doing better than that guy from last year, I think I'm okay. Polishing up on some posing just to present the package better. And I think that's a big thing. That's what I believe has been letting me down mostly is just presenting it. Like I know I got the package, I just gotta show it out there like it's supposed to be shown.
Gotcha. And I told you I was going to tell this story because I think it's dope. How either we begin talking or like you come across past the different athletes. And the
Yeah.
one thing about me was I think this was the same presidential where supposedly Jamal wasn't supposed to do, and he's backstage. So I'm
Yeah,
back there
yeah.
with
I
him. I'm
saw
back there
Jamal.
with my athlete. I'm back there with my athlete, and Jamal's back there. Everybody's back there. I kind of saw you and your squad over there in the corner, and I looked over there. And you was looking at me, and I was just like, oh, like I didn't know what I was expecting. And
Yeah,
then so when I saw that, I was just like, all right. So then it happened a few times, and then I was just like, all right, whatever. It's just whatever. I was just like, maybe I got some unintentional beef back here or whatever it was. But then I think the dopest thing from the athlete perspective that you did was, I think right after you got off stage, I think it's after you're placing, you walked up to me and was just like, hey, what do you think I can improve on? And I was just like, asking me, and I was just like I said, at 10 minutes ago, I thought it was tension. Like I was just like, what's going on?
no.
But then you just kind of said, hey, I respect your opinion. What do you think I can improve on? And I think even the conversation we had after the Yorton, when you was just like, hey, you told me to come in more conditioned, or you thought my conditioning could have been better, and you placed fourth, and then we had that whole conversation after the Yorton. I thought that was super dope.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, when I saw you come in, obviously I don't know a lot of people like I know now like most athletes because I met them and stuff, but before it was just like Shelton, a couple other people, Marcus Harris or whatever. So I'm like, okay, these are the guys I'm looking at, the top guys. I mean, all athletes are great, but you gotta look at the ones who are shining at the moment, see, where you compare, and not like you comparing yourself to them, but you always gotta look to see how far out you're at and what you need to do to come in closer to that winning spot. So when I saw you come in at the presidential, I was like, is he doing this show? I didn't see his name on the roster. So I'm looking at you, I'm looking at the roster, I'm looking at you, I'm like, did he hide his name? What's going on here? Uh, then I think you had told me you're not doing the show or whatever. And I was like, okay. But after
Hey,
that,
keep it a buck, Arnold. You wanted to move some furniture. You seen Eric. You said, hey, this dude ain't shit. I want to move some furniture in this room right now.
oh man, no, it wasn't intentional. It's
That's
just
how
that
I felt.
I couldn't just walk up to you and tell you something because you don't know me. I don't know you like that at that moment. So I'm like, it's gonna be weird. But after the show, then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go ask an opinion. Just out of respect and whatnot.
Absolutely. So, you got something else, Eric? Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
All right. So, before we got started, we talked to you a little bit, and you mentioned that you're a paramedic. How
Yes,
demanding is that job or that career, I should say, with bodybuilding, man? Like, how can you
man.
balance both of them?
So I got a crazy schedule, right? And especially like being a paramedic in a city like Little Rock, our crime rate is high. I mean, let me not lie to you. Little Rock crime rate is like super high. So it's a busy city. So my work day is like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., 12-hour shifts, 3 on, 2 off, whatever. But for me to fit in my bodybuilding, obviously I got a meal prep the day before, night before, and I have to wake up at 3:30 a.m. so I can go to the gym, hit my cardio, and then get ready for work and go to work. And then after work, still gotta do my evening cardio session and go to bed. So it's just you just fit it in. I think if you really want to do it, you find time. Like you might not do anything else other than work and bodybuilding, but hey, it is what it is.
Absolutely.
I have this, and probably don't you. I know you pretty. You probably know about this, but it's like last year you went and did an NPC Natural show, the Ben Weeder.
I did. I
And of
did.
course, we're going to ask your opinion on that because it is, proclaimed to be a natty show and things of that nature.
Yes.
But you also blew up because people didn't think you was natty. Like a lot of people thought you was not natural. Like it blew up on, I think it was like Heart McGrath channel.
Yeah, I heard
And
my
they're like,
breath.
this
Yeah,
guy's
yeah.
not natural. And I was like, I just competed against this guy, 5 weeks ago. He's definitely natural.
Yeah.
But what do you think about the people who, I guess, we take it as a compliment. But how do
Hmm.
you feel about the guys who think that like your hard work and your physique can't be obtained naturally?
Oh man, so I just look at it as a lot of people like shortcuts. I get it. I get it. Like, yeah, take something, look better or whatever. But that's not the case with me. And if somebody accuses me of not being natural or whatever, I mean, it's whatever. Honestly, other people's opinion don't faze me that much. I mean, between my job and military and all that, you tend to have a thick skin, so really nothing bothers you that much. And when I look at people who are enhanced, like my first show ever was Phil Heath Classic. It was NPC, and I placed second in my class, and everybody was enhanced. They don't look that much different. If anything, I really think natural people have just a little bit of advantage because it's like you don't retain water, your skin looks better. I think we just have just that little edge on top of people who are enhanced. So it's nothing to be scared about per se. Like the size wise, they're not that much bigger unless it's like open competitors. But men's physique, classic, they usually look about similar to me. So just put in the hard work, you get the results. Man, and it's not like I think most people don't understand that I didn't start lifting today or yesterday and competed, I've always been an athlete. I played soccer my whole life and I lifted weights. I was just a weightlifter, not a bodybuilder until I met my coach. But yeah, I mean, I was overweight, dieted down and got the size and conditioning right. So I don't take offense if somebody says I'm not natural. I just realize that they probably don't have hard work and don't know what it takes to get it there. But yeah, and I'm not rich enough to do steroids anyway. That's just
Oh man.
oh
So how do you feel about the Ben Weeder show? And I'm not trying to put you on blast or anything like
oh
that.
no.
I never been to the show or experienced. Like, is it truly a natural show, or do you got your your own thoughts about certain people that come to that show?
Man, so it's hard to say if it's a natural show because again, again, it is an NPC show and the rules, like Yorton or OCB or whatever, you have to do a polygraph, then you gotta do random drug test and all that. Now, when it comes to like Ben Witter, only when you win your pro card, that's when you get drug test or urinalysis. But who knows? I mean, I'm sure not everybody is natural in there because um you got time, right? Like they're only testing for certain things in the urine and whatnot, and there's no polygraphing, so there's no way to actually tell that they're natural, but maybe they're drug free at the moment, like I'd
Yeah,
say I'd
at the
call it I'd
moment
call
they
it
are.
I'd call it a drug free show. But 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 as completely 100% natural, I'm not sure. Like I can't speak on other people's behalf, but I'm not sure. I just know that it wouldn't matter. I'd still done it, natural or not. I was still showing up and did what I had to do.
Absolutely.
You got any major questions, Jamal, or any other questions? Just curious.
Uh,
Wow.
man, just overall, what are your expectations going into the Yorton this year? Like we said, you placed fourth overall last year. We already know Eric's not coming back, so that seat is wide open for the taking. So, like, what are your expectations just going into September 22nd this
I'm not taking it lightly, let me tell you, because although Eric is not coming back, there is some strong competitors out there. There's new pros look phenomenal. You got people that have a lot of experience, done multiple pro shows, won everything. So like I'm not taking it lightly. If anything, I'm taking it more serious than last year because I don't want to sleep up. So yeah, I don't take anything lightly. So
year? All
definitely
right.
coming in harder, coming in stronger.
And my last three questions before I let Eric take the steering wheel. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Beyonce or Taylor Swift?
What?
Beyonce or Taylor Swift?
These are random every time.
Beyonce,
Kendrick Lamar or Drake?
man, Kendrick.
Name one competitor you'll love to step on stage with that you haven't got a chance to step on stage with yet.
Definitely Flex God.
All right, there you have it. That's what I
That's
have. Go
that's
ahead.
that's a tough competitor right there.
Good call. Good call. All right. So mine are random too. So rapid fire. Um, what's harder, completing your cardio or scoring a goal in soccer?
Cardio. Cardio. As much cardio as I do, yeah, cardio.
All right. What's your favorite show that you have competed in thus far? It could be an amateur show, pro show. What's your favorite show you competed in thus far?
I'll say Yorton. Like honestly, I think Yorton Cup has been my favorite show.
And to take us home, this is a question we asked everyone. What is some advice that you would give to a competitor who's about to enter these championship shows or series that you wish you would have known before you entered them?
Like before getting interviewed over here.
Yeah, like what would you like if someone was just like, yo, I'm going to the presidential, I'm going to the Yorton Cup or one of these big shows, what would be something you tell them that you wish you knew before going to one of these shows that you know now?
Oh, yeah, cancel the noise. Like, focus on yourself. Truly, that's the best advice. Like, don't worry about what whoever's looking like at that moment, because everybody posts 2 weeks out, 1 week out, whatever. This is the physique, current physique. That, to me, I've realized is not reality because you meet this, you meet these people in person, and it's like, dang, like,
Free,
hey, look,
free.
I think that's the
hey, look,
commonality with guys.
I thought I was coming to scrape, just the bottom parts here, but when you meet them in person, you're like, oh, it's doable. So, and I'm not trying to underestimate anybody again, but that's how it is. Like if you focus on how other people are looking prior to a show, you're just gonna make yourself stressed out, and you know what stress can do to the body. You're just not gonna come in 100%. So focus on you. Compare yourself from yesterday to today and tomorrow and day after tomorrow. If you're looking better, you're doing the right thing. So yeah, that's all I can say. Closer to a show, just cancel everything, cancel all the noise, and focus on you. Come in the best that you can bring.
I like that. It's funny because like everybody, that's like the number one saying for guys, and I think people don't really understand what we see backstage. Like we'll see somebody for
Man,
20 weeks and be like, "Oh, this dude is a killer. This dude is a killer." Then you walk
yeah,
backstage, you like, "All right, cool, we good."
yeah, like your confidence goes up as you get on stage. It's like, your confidence might be a little down before you get to a show or whatever. Like, man, like I'm new. These people are experienced. I seen their socials, they look phenomenal. It's like, dang. And you go and actually meet them in person, you're like, I'm all right. I'm actually all right. We're gonna be
That's why I
okay.
wait to the last possible minute to take off my stuff backstage. Last possible minute.
Yeah,
I sit
I
there.
seen you with the robe.
Yeah. I'll wait to the last minute.
That happened to me last year at the Yorton. It's funny because we tell these stories all the time, and we ain't gonna drag this episode too much longer.
Yeah.
I literally left my robe on till we lined up, and when I tell you, I had like 10 people just walking back and forth, waiting for me to take my
Just check,
jacket off.
just yeah.
I was just like,
Wait.
I'm not taking it off. I'm not. So then,
But
as soon as I
but
got
the
in
thing
line,
is
it was
about
just funny.
the thing about that, you're just making them anxious because at the end of the day, you see a person at the day of the show, like what are you gonna do different to make your,
Nothing.
your physique look just much better than them? So it's over
Oh
with.
man.
Like,
Your your cortisol levels are through the roof at this point. So there's no point. Like you stressed out right now. You just
yeah, yeah.
Right.
wondering.
Nothing is
So
gonna change at the day off. Like nothing's gonna change. There's nothing you can do to make a change to your physique or anything else at the day off. You gotta be ready already when you get there. So
you can sometimes, I think you said you can sometimes see people deflate backstage. Like people walk in there with such a big ego, and then I literally seen people who do, and not just because of me, but I seen competitors like on all levels get
mhm.
deflated backstage. Like as soon as somebody take a robe off or take their shirt off, they're just like,
Yeah,
and once you see
yeah,
that, it's just like, don't let me see that because I will be
yeah. I
like
mean,
I will keep looking, but nah, you're 100% right. So
that's the thing, man. Like time you get there, just focus on getting on stage because It's all cards on the table. Everything is done. It's over with. Time is up.
Man,
Facts. But once again, we want to thank you all the way from Arkansas out there in
Man,
Little
I
Rock
Kansas.
for
I
joining us.
I appreciate you all recognize me, man.
And
Man, we
just know
appreciate you joining us, dog.
yep, just know your story views and everything will not be the same. They will be watching. All right, y'all. Until
Oh,
next.